So now I'm going to talk to you about basic skills that you need to know before you even attempt to create a painting or picture making. So what I do in my workshops is we start with simple objects. And I've actually worked with the DreamWorks team, very good painters, animators, and I had them, they wanted to learn colors, so I had them start out by painting colored blocks. So we start with basic forms where you take everything out of the equation, you're only thinking about color. So this is the block study in sunlight. This is a block study on another light effect, which is a gray day. So then we go to round objects. We introduce round objects. So this is a gray day. This is a sunny day, getting more and more complicated. And then I take my students to maybe a neighborhood and we paint, this is essentially a block with green around it. This is another painting. This is another study. And then we go to landscape, which is more complex. So these are basic skills that you need to learn. You need to learn the values. So what I say is in a painting, there's a 1 to 10. The 1 to 5 is your shadow note. The 6 to 10 is your light plane. So white and shadow, which would be a 5, is usually lighter than, let's say, a black and sunlight, which would be a 6. So you want to learn values. You want to learn perspective. You know, you want to get your brush work down or your palette knife or whatever before you get into picture making. It's important that you have these skill levels to a certain degree before you try to picture make. In any painting, you have a value range. So let's say if you have a painting with a wide value range, like 1 would be black to 5 would be your white and shadow. As you move to the light planes, your 6 would be a dark light, would be your black and sunlight, and your 10 would be your white and sunlight. So a black and sunlight is lighter or maybe warmer than a white and shadow, which would be your 5. So before you attempt to picture make, you need to learn your values, you need to learn perspective, and how to use your tools, your brushes, your palette knives. So these are important. It's like learning music. You know, you have to learn your scales. You have to do your lessons before you can actually play a piece of music. So that's what I encourage my students to learn, these basic, you know, to do the lessons. And then once you know perspective, once you know values, and what we say, if it's the right color, it's the right value, it's the right hue, and the right saturation. And Hawthorne says painting's easy. It's just getting the right color in the right place and the right proportion.